Here we go.
Okay, so here's the first part of the Reprolabels video that I'm going to do. And as promised, I'm going to show you before and after on the Reprolabels, which here, and instead of using the Autobot logo that comes with it, I've already put one on there that I ordered. This is Open and Play's Big Spring. This is the before shot. And as you can see, he's kind of plain a little bit. The only thing, yeah, I've heard people talk crap about the head sculpt. That face, just that face. God, just take a look at it. It kind of reminds me of something, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know. Anyway, this is the before shot. You guys are going to get to see the after shot right after this. So this is where I'm going to stop this, and I'll see you on the other end. Okay, so now I'm back, and I have used most of the Reprolabels, as you can plainly see. This one over here, wasn't really that interested in using it because it goes actually like right here. And to be completely honest, not really that interested in putting those there. Now ones like these, I just haven't transformed them and put those on. And these are like little interchangeable license plates, and you know, these blue ones here that you can see, those are ones that you could go one color or the other. As you can see, probably, yeah, down here, I went with the red ones instead of the blue ones. Yeah, the little bits and pieces here. There's these over here. I didn't really use those. I used the ones that have like the little mark on them, and it made him look nice. I mean, they're a little too shiny. You can see the little bits that went in his grill here. You can see the one here and the ones on the sides here. The ones that went up in his little vents here. Some of them I might remove. Some of them I might keep. You see the ones like down here on his feet. And the ones on his shins. Those are a little shiny, but they kind of break up the monotony nicely. You get the ones like in here. And all in all, they made him look nice. Very nice, actually. As you can see, I didn't use the Autobot or the Wrecker logos because I never read the comics. So Springer as a Wrecker, I don't know anything about that. But these tweezers definitely come in handy. As you can see, they are very, very pointy. Very like needle thin. So I also purchased this little bad boy. This actually helped a lot with things like just, you can take this flat end and kind of flatten out the things. Or you can take that little pointy end and get into these little spots here, the kind of hard to reach spots, and kind of run it across there and push the stickers down. So now they are nice and secure. And sorry to be sniffing in your ears, but I think old Magnus might be coming down with a cold or the flu, or I don't know what, but you can see like you got these little shiny blue bits here. You know, you can see that one up there. Yeah, there's little ones that look like little shiny vents. There's these, and they all fit neatly into place, you know. And you flip the helicopter bit out, and you know it's got this little metallic-y green and gray, and it just kind of adds a little bit of flavor to it. I really like Reprolabels, and I forget the exact cost of that particular set. I can actually look it up right quick if you'll give me one second. I have to pull it up on the Google Chrome on the phone, because yeah, so I don't interrupt the recording. But that wasn't what I was looking for. Oh, okay. Alright, details. Let's see. This order, the entire order for this lot was $100.80. Now, that is a lot, but I did order a nice healthy stack of Reprolabels. You'll probably see a couple more tonight. You might see a different shirt on me the next time you see one, but for this particular set, for Open Plays Big Spring, was $8.40. That's not bad, and as you can see, the sheet itself is kind of shiny. So I have thought about, like, maybe throwing a little metallic into his gun, maybe cut pieces myself. We'll see. I actually sent a message to Toy Hacks earlier and asked them, you guys ever think about, maybe just making different colored sheets with little accent pieces that are pre-cut? So we'll see what they say about that. But yeah, I'd kind of dig it. I like it. It makes him look a heck of a lot better, to be honest with you. Plus, Reprolabels, I bought, a bunch of these, the little clean, sort of the clean looking cartoony Autobot and Decepticon logos, and you can see this sheet I've already used a couple, and this sheet I've already used a bunch. So, and plus, just on the brighter side of things, for every $15 you spend, they'll send you these stickers, which at $100, yeah, I got like six of them. So yeah, I got a bunch. But that is it for the Big Spring. There's a couple of these. Like, I'm guessing these are like little license plates. I'll definitely have to transform him for these tail light looking ones, because there's parts I got to bend out of the way to get to that. But yeah, he looks damn nice. But that is it for Big Spring, and let's move on to the next one. So, now, moving on to the next one, I'm going to be putting Reprolabels on Fans Toys Coot. As you can see here, this is their, this is Cup, their version of Cup. He also has a Target Master that he came with, but they don't really have labels for him, I don't think. But, you got these little accents and things, like license plates and things. I will probably use most of those. I probably will not use any of these, the Autobot logos, because I've actually already installed some, and these flip over to show the blank side, but it's part of the transformation. Like, I've got these little window accents to make his chest look cel shaded. And also, as you can see, I've got 3 different types of tattoos. Like, veteran tattoos. You got the fighting hellfish ones over here. You got the pinup girl RC riding the bomb there. And then you've got the heart with wreck and roll on it. Of course, Cup is one of the wreckers apparently in the comics. So, actually, I'll leave that to you guys. I'll save all the tattoos. Leave it in the comments which one you would like to see, and I just dropped the last one. This one's actually pretty interesting. These are treads for his tires, and they're like 3D raised. Apparently, they'll go around the tires, which that's actually kind of neat. I might use those. I might not, because I mean they're like perfectly colored, and you can see there's just raised tread. It just goes around the outer, the tires itself. But I will mess around with this, and we'll see how it goes when I come back. And I'm back. And Fans Toys Coot has been properly repro-labeled. As you can see, I added the little scuffed looking coloration to the, well, that turns into his truck bed. You can probably see here I used the tail lights with the Sergeant Cup license plate. That actually is very nice. That's the treads. I didn't get them on perfect, but just, it matches the black of the wheels. So, and of course they hide, and then the other two are hidden up in here. The cell shading effect, I kind of like it because it's actually sort of a clearish plastic sticker. So, and I had sort of the more, see-through chest pieces on him, and it actually looks pretty nice. Kind of gives that reflective surface feel to it. No Reprolabels on the gun, unfortunately, which these solid color weapons just, it'd be nice if they threw in some stickers. Now these little accents were already here, but these here on the shins, this one's a little messed up. I don't know if you can see that. Those two apparently did not want to cut them off the sticker sheet because I guess they weren't properly cut. Oh well, no big deal. But yeah, he's got these little accents on his feet, as you can see. Those little sort of shiny red accents. And then of course on the bottom of his feet, I added these little yellow bits, the silvery parts, and the little bit down here in the trench. Actually looks fairly nice. So like I said, well, and of course you've got this little bit sort of in front of his face, makes sort of like a little console, or little robot-y bits. You don't really see him that bad. He's also got another face where he's got a big honking cigar sticking out of his mouth. So that one I actually kind of like. I may actually change him and leave him, but all in all, that it's pretty nice. It's not horrible, overly intrusive. Like I said, I would have liked some more, and even had little accents like that go right here in this little teeny divot. So it looks like he's got tail lights and things, and he actually looks really nice. Now I'm saving the proper showing off of these guys for when I get all the Transformers the movie bots. As it stands right now, I do have. I just got Masterpiece Ultra Magnus and the KFC posable hands for him. But as it stands right now, I've still got the tattoos for Coot. Like I said, leave it in the comments which one you'd like to see. Your vote is for the RC pinup girl, the Wreck and Roll Heart, or over here the Fighting Hellfish, which I'm guessing is like the same as the one from The Simpsons. I'm kind of partial to the RC pinup girl, but then again, I'm not like, I would probably only put one on one arm. So, like I said, I had three options for the thing, and I did not use any of the Autobot logos. So I'm going to save the tattoos here, and I guess I'll come back later and I'll have Fans Toys Hoodlum. He'll be the next on the chopping block. So let's get rolling with that. Well, hey, we're back already. Now, this here, of course, is Fans Toys Hoodlum, their version of Hot Rod. Very nice looking little kid. The little wide-eyed foundling of the group. Now, I can already tell you, just from looking, that I'm probably not going to use these two. Just because I like the painted on version better. So I will take a look into these and get back to you. He doesn't really have too many. He's got stuff like this, like little tattooy looking stuff. Little license plate says Hot Rod. And I'm probably just going to slap these on and be right back. I'll show them off to you in a minute. I think some of these go with his, I think some of these go with his Target Master, which I'm not really going to bother showing him off, but yeah, I'll give him a few stickers and be right back. Okay, so I have completed Fans Toys Hoodlum with ye olde Reprolabels. It actually looks pretty good. Now, I do like these highlights that kind of, that little extra hint of yellow on his crest. Now, I didn't use these. These on the sides. I didn't. They're supposed to go on his thighs, and it's like, yeah, no, that's. If it was closer to his, I'm sorry, but those are supposed to go on his thighs, and it's like, no, that's too much. And these, I'd rather have the painted. Now you can probably see I did go ahead and change out the logos on his chest and his on his hood. But I actually think these turned out pretty good. They had to add these here to, have like an interior for the car, like, because these little bits right here fold down and become the seats of the car. But, so you've got really, really light, like, flame tattoos, and that kind of goes down the side of the car. It's subtle, and I really like it. So, and not to mention that, yes, he did come, well, then you got these little bits on his legs that it kind of accents it. It's not too bad. Now, he did come with just a few for his little gun buddy here, his Target Master. And, of course, you had the ones that go around and, add a saw blade to his saw. So, that way when I'm spinning, it actually just adds a little, metallic saw blade looking bit to it. Which is actually kind of nice. So, well, and these little round bits, two of them kind of went in the butt end of the car, the car mode, or what would be the butt end of the car mode. I didn't see any place for the other ones to go, so I might hang on to these. I might not. I might just toss them out because, I mean, to be honest, like I say, these over here on this side, I've that they're just way over what he needs. And like I say, with there were a couple that I couldn't that I kind of missed out on because one kind of fell off and disappeared, and they didn't stick worth a crap. And that's these sort of light purple bits. They're kind of supposed to accent his helmet and his front, but honestly, I think I could live with it. It's sort of the same thing as this. It just adds a little darker red to the color that's already there. I really didn't need it, but I will give him credit for this. One of the stickers, I'm gonna have to stick his face right up to the camera. You can probably see it, but it added the little targeting crap to his visor, which honestly you really have to be really close to it to even be able to see it. But it is a very nice attention to detail. I did like that. And it's better than just a plain light blue visor. I mean, what you weren't even really supposed to be able to see through it. I left his Autobot logos alone because I ordered the cartoony looking ones, and I'm gonna try to start sort of a uniformity. Now, with this isn't Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. They have sort of the cleaner looking ones, a little less cartoony. But for all my third-party bots, I think I'm going to stick with the cartoony-looking ones. And as that stands, that's it for Hoodlum. So now I'm going to start on mech fans toys. But if I can talk, Huge Dragon. I'm already trying to clean off the logo that I threw on there because he actually comes with one. I will be using his logos. He's a legend scale, and he has 1, 2, 3, 5 sheets of stickers. So now the only one that's stupid and I probably won't use is this little on and off switch you can stick on his back. It's reminiscent of the old Omega Supreme toy from back in the day. But I may or may not use all of them. We'll see. But anyway, this is going to be the last one I do for tonight. I might not even show the end result until in the morning sometime, or probably even tomorrow afternoon, because I'm stuffed to the fucking rafters. Excuse me, I'm stuffed to the rafters. So yeah, I think I'm getting sick. So either way, we will see what Huge Dragon here looks like come morning. Like I say, I'm cleaning that Autobot logo off of there. So he will have all kinds of odd little Reprolabels all over the place. Even the little tank part in his head has a crap load of them. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's have at it. Well, that was a lot of fun. So I Reprolabeled up Mech Fan Toys Huge Dragon. And by the time I was done, I looked up and it was butt crack of dawn o'clock. So there he is in all his Repro-labeled glory. It's hard to get the lighting right in here, but as you can see, like they had the shiny one that went down like the middle, but I like the little Omega Supreme face, so I left that. By the time I got done with him, like I said, I looked up and it was butt crack O'Dawn O'Clock, cause he had a lot of. I think there was like 4 or 5 that I could not figure out for the life of me where they go. I did not use the on-off switch that goes like right here because it was just too stupid to use. But I did get him done to my satisfaction. I would say. I mean, some of them I just where the heck do these go? Because the guide's numbered, the the stickers weren't numbered, so I had to guess with a lot of them. Like right here, these are actually just silvery colored stickers. They lighten up these things, but I just looked at them. I was like, where the heck do these go? But I got him. I got him done. Some of these are just paint apps, like the paint apps in the shoulders and things. But I do like it because you got like it's hard to get the lighting right in here, but like these little warnings pointing with the certain things and just I mean I stickers of train tracks. These were the hardest. The silver that go on the tracks. That was the hardest ones to do because it's really, really tedious to get them lined up just right. But I honestly just with all the train tracks silvered up and just odds and ends, I really like it. They even had these bits that go on the little end cap here. I like these. I would recommend it. The whole set was about $25, but like I said, there were like somewhere between 3 and 5 that I didn't use, and it was honestly just because I couldn't figure out where they went. I mean, I've I had to look at pictures like, wait a minute, this goes where, and where does this go? They didn't have a whole lot of them for for his back, but I mean that the tank is even stickered up. Like they got this, yeah, like on the turret, all this, little odds and ends. I can't say I'm a fan of the stickers that you have to kind of fold over a corner because it's hard to get them to stick. But honestly, like especially these like red, like I guess you'd call those rib highlights. I really like them. I mean, he looks like tons better, and you'll have to forgive the mess. I got me and Ultra Me here, and just odd ones. Every time I come home and get the mail, my truck winds up just a complete freaking mess. So, all right, so we'll take a look at some other Reprolabels and we'll see where they go. Well, now we're going to be doing another set of Reprolabels. I just got back from watching Hellboy. It's actually a really good movie, so if you get a chance, go watch it. It's pretty good. But anyway, this set of Reprolabels is for Make Toys Gun Dog. Their version of Hound. Let you get a good look at him. Now I'm going to probably replace that Autobot logo first. This set is just got like little white stars on this one. Autobot logos, which I'm probably not going to use. This one has silver Autobot logos and just a few accents, which honestly the accents are what I kind of like. They've also got this set of gold stripes and stars and things. I might use some of them, not the stars, but well, I don't know. Maybe I'll use the stars. I don't know. But I'll probably definitely use like the little gold accents that look like they go around the hood and stuff. So I'm going to have at it and we'll see how he looks afterwards. Well, surprisingly, that didn't take very long. So, there he is. Make Toys Gundog with little odds and ends here and there. These two didn't really make a whole lot of sense. One says Mark, and then it's a split arrow going across. It just adds. It didn't really add much, but you get the little gold trim around the front. Got the star on the back of the wheel there. A couple of really cool little license plates, and this one wasn't really supposed to go here, but I hated leaving it out. Just a little army, army the license plate in the front. I just thought it was a nice little touch, but yeah, I kind of dig this one. There wasn't much to it. Yeah, there's still plenty left over, Autobot logos and all that stuff, but otherwise, I really like it. It just adds a little more personality to the boy. And yeah, here pretty soon, I'm probably going to move on to the next one. Now we are moving on to Bad Cube's Lori, their version of Hoist. And no, unlike the way the director kept doing it in the episode Hoist Goes to Hollywood, no, his name isn't Moist, it's Hoist. I'm still trying to decide if I like this figure or not. He's got a pretty neat little sheet of odds and ends here. As you can see, I've already jumped the gun and put the Autobot logo with the gold on the little shield he comes with, because that thing from that episode, it's another one. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look into this one and yeah, just see what I come up with. Well, let's just say that old Hoist here actually, I like his little decorations. I actually found a secondary. I don't think I showed this off in the video. I kind of dug through the thing, and it's just little silvery sort of accents, which like go around the thighs here, around the forearms, tip of the cannon, etc., etc. I think these might be a little much, the red up on the top of the shoulders, but all in all, perfectly honest, yeah, I think he looks pretty good. They gave him a poop ton of caution stripes. Well, down the side of the truck, I can kind of understand that. They even had little reflective bits that go on these little rubber mirrors, which I kind of like. That just adds, a realistic touch to him. But the best part is, let me pop this up and kind of flip it down. They added a green Toyota sticker to the back where you could put Toyota on his tailgate. And from this video onward, whenever you watch The Princess Bride, whenever he pops up on screen, you're going to keep thinking to yourself, my name sounds like Toyota. Yeah, that's an old joke. You're welcome. Every time you watch The Princess Bride from here on, instead of my name is Inigo Montoya, you're going to hear like my name sounds like Toyota. You're quite welcome for that little earworm. But, yeah, otherwise, like the little king shield bit, I showed you earlier. I preferred the one with the gold and Autobot logo on the little shield thingy. Didn't use the little crown. I might still throw these blue highlights on somewhere. I think they go kind of on the inside of the wings that goes, close to his front. And they give you 3 or 4, license plates. I chose the one that said Hoist 85. So I do like that they add little, little things like that. Now the Autobot sticker here with the silver on it, I don't really care for that because, I like these cartoony looking ones, and this one, is kind of like the way it's supposed to be, just the Autobot logo red painted under the green hood, which is what I prefer. Sometimes I will use ones with an outline, but that's more for my Legends figures, to be honest. But Yeah, they've even got one, showing the little hook and thing. I guess that's I can't really read them, but I guess that's like a warning that the hook is there. But yeah, see, here's the other blue highlights. Yeah, right in here. I think the other two go on the inside parts here. So I may do that, but all in all, as it stands, I think this is a really good set of Reprolabels. It's definitely worth the price of admission. Now I forget exactly how much this one cost, because like I said, I threw out $100. Well, to be technical, $100.80. But considering that no matter how much money is worth you order, Toy Hacks will throw it to you for $3.50 shipping. It's Canadian shipping costs. If you just order a boatload of Reprolabels, they all come in like an actual envelope. But to be quite honest, if you're just gonna buy a bunch of sheets of stickers, and I have to say, just as a personal aside, I do like that Toy Hacks will throw you a sheet of these for free for one sheet of these for every $15 you pay. So if you go in and buy like I did $100 worth, that's what about six. Yeah, I got about six of them, and I'm willing to give those away for free because let's face it, I don't need that many. I'm probably not even gonna. I'm probably gonna keep ordering the clean, cartoony looking ones. So that's just kind of my thing. It's personal preference, but all in all, definitely worth the price of admission. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so this one is Bad Cube Sun Surge. I think I said in the previous video I use him to replace the actual Masterpiece version of Sunstreaker just because one of the plates like on this black part on the official one broke off the very first time I transformed him, so I picked up the Reprolabels for Sun Surge here. If I can, got the stickers right here. But he doesn't really have that many, if I can find them. I just kind of got them all piled up, hither and yon, to and fro. There we go. Getting my fingernail under him was a little trick. He has just one sticker sheet. Like the really shiny Countach for his spoiler and things like that. So I will get him stickered up, and I believe I said before that I got these cartoony, clean-looking labels. So I'll probably replace the Autobot logo on his chest too. But I will stick him on there, and we'll see what he looks like. Okay, well this wasn't a really difficult Reprolabel set to do. There he is. Got little shits on his shins. Well, pardon my French. He's got this little black accent that goes on his chest, which toss a little Autobot logo on top of that. That actually looks pretty good. Yeah, the little odds and ends on his shoulders. There were a couple that I didn't use, like the Countach on the spoiler, and the little red and black, these red and black ones that go on the sides of the back end of the car. That just a little too much. But like the black streaks that go down the sides and on the sides of the front. And I do love, like, if you look at the feet, he's got the basically it makes a vanity plate that spells out Sunstreaker in Leet speak, which I really do like that. Of course, I had to pop his back end open and open that up, and he's got like a little sort of a Sunstreaker license plate and a couple of little odds and ends, like one that says Lamborghini and the other side says Countach. But I really do like this one, especially like these metallic blue ones that had a little bit of yellow that go across the top, that sort of completes the set of windows going, up the sides of his chest. And the couple, up here on the shoulders. That is not a very large Reprolabel set, but the accents are perfect. I mean, and these little sets that look like pizza slices, I was looking at those like, where the heck do those go? Those go in the spokes of Chip Chase's wheelchair, which the main Sunstreaker from Takara and this one both come with a little Chip Chase figure, which that's all well and good. I do like having sort of the human figures from the show, but to be honest with you, I could do without them. I mean, Masterpiece Ultra Magnus here came with Spike and Daniel, so I could live with or without them because I'm really just displaying the bots. But it will be nice to have like a little small side shelf that, display the human characters from the show and whatnot. So that's it for that one. So now moving on to the next one. This is X-Transbot's Andrus, which of course is Scourge. Actually, as a bit of trivia, I think the name Andrus is actually the name of a demon, if I remember my old days in the occult well enough. Now I hate that I wasted it, but I did put like the clean outline Decepticon logo on him. That is kind of a waste because they actually have one on here. You see it right here. Actually, they have the choice of the Decepticon or the Unicron, and it's like a little piece that fits. As you can see, it fits, the mold of the little chest bit. I hate that I'm gonna have to waste it, but I do like that they throw in the Decepticon logos, and that's a little cleaner. Like I'd say, I like the cartoony looking one a little bit better. But I mean, they threw it in, so I'm gonna use it because I like having the sort of the gray stripes rather than the solid blue piece going down here. And as you can see, this one here, it kind of fits, and it looks a lot nicer. So I'm going to just go ahead and have out with these and see what he looks like on the other side. Well, now this one was kind of a pleasant surprise, honestly. There's Andrus, all repro-labeled up. And of course, got the little shiny bits. And oddly enough, these little fitted ones that kind of accent around the leg, I have to admit, I'm quite impressed with this set. It looked like a fairly big set. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at it and I was thinking to myself, well, it's a possibility this one's gonna be a complete pain in the butt. But honestly, it's not that bad. Excuse me while I whip this out. But honestly, yeah, I really like it because they got little highlights like the little, I don't know if you can see it, the little chrome bits that go around the tips of the little space submarine, whatever the heck those are. But most of the highlights were along with the color scheme of Andrus himself, Scourge. Just like, like this is like a little bit that kind of meets in the middle in the front top of the ship, and this little blue streak here is just to kind of highlight this. But it's still, you can kind of tell it's still the same sort of color scheme. So really, it was just accents and the highlights that were exactly along with the color scheme of the robot to start with. There are exceptions. You got, There's like a little sets of break up the color, which that kind of looks like, I guess, engine vents or something that kind of, glow inside the engines. I have to admit I like it. And they did throw some Reprolabels in for old Fracas here. Not really big on throwing Autobot and Decepticon labels on the Target Masters, because that's just a nitpick that goes along with the cartoon. To be quite to be quite honest, because the Target Masters were all kind of their own factions from Planet Nebulos. So, like I said, it's just a nitpick. But they did throw one in here. I've got Autobot Target Masters, like Hot Rod's here, Hot Rod Cup, and I'm gonna guess Blur, Fans Toys Jet. Well, the Fans Toys ones, and maybe the X Transbots ones. I'm getting Fans Toys Quietus coming in the mail here pretty soon, so I'll have Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus, and I'll have to just kind of see how that goes. I did put the little Decepticon logo shirt bit on there, and it actually breaks up the monotony quite nicely. He came with a couple of Decepticon logos, one that's kind of outside of the ship, and then of course the one here. I like it. It will make a very nice display piece, and of course he's got a couple of kind of Robotnik looking bits here, but all in all, this set just honestly, I like it. He's got the little robot-y, whatever the heck that's supposed to be, some kind of design, but everything fall. It's like you got the crotch plates and the little shiny bits here, but it all falls within the same color scheme: light blues, light blues, mid-range blues, dark blues. The only odd things on him are the eyes and the tips of his fingers, which I've never understood the pink claws, but it was a cartoon. I loved it. I'm collecting the toys from it, so that tells you how much my opinion on that really matters, right? I have one more set of Reprolabels that we will be looking at here soon-ish. And I think I'm going to call it a night right here, but this will be a full video, so KFC's Crash Hog will be the last one, so let me transition to the intro for that one. Well, now in the category of last, but certainly not least, we have KFC's Crash Hog, their version of a Masterpiece style Wreck-Gar. And of course, I put his weapon in his hand because he does have a sheet for his weapon. Of course, also got the usual little doodads, but we also have this sheet, which I'm entertained by because it has the little screens for his TV. Couple from the movie, couple I don't quite recognize right off the top of my head, and one or two from the big TV broadcast of 2006, which was sort of a spotlight episode for Wreck-Gar and the Junkions. So I'm going to have at it. Today is one of those lazy sort of days because I've actually, either I'm sick or I've developed allergies over the years, so I'm not having a good time. I feel like I've got a rock in either side of my sinuses, so I'm just going to be lazy, paste these on, come back later, and show you how it looks. Here we go. Now, this one, I have to admit, was a bit of a case of it's kind of tedious on some of them, But in the end, the effect was totally worth it, especially with the tires right here. All this stuff inside the tires, the black, and then the little, yeah, you got to get the creases lined up just right, and inside and out. So on both tires. But it was totally worth it. The axe bits, especially these little doodads right here, definitely make a big difference. I mean, you don't realize just how plain it looks until you're done with it. But in a couple of cases, like all this shiny on him is a junkie on. Just having him look all shiny, of course, I admit, it still looks way it still looks way better, but at the same time, you're like, couldn't they have added some scuffs, something to it? But I really like it, the little accents and things, and of course, I got his little TV right here, and that was the screen I chose. Little, you know, ninja dude. Just trying to make sure you can actually see it. But I like it. I mean, it's kind of weird getting it to fold around the screen just right. I think I was supposed to like apply some heat to it somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how I would do that. But if it comes to it later, I could take a blow dryer and do that. But definitely, like, of course they had the different choices for license plates and things. I had to partially transform him to get to the spots and add certain decals and stickers, but all in all, a very nice set. I got to be honest. And comparing him to, I may have to get Reprolabels for some of the actual masterpiece ones that I have. Case in point, just to compare and contrast, you got Masterpiece Ultra Magnus here, and his legs are just big blocks of plane. So, and they do make Reprolabel sets for the actual Masterpiece, you know, Transformers. So I may have to pick some of those up, because just to make them look nicer. But that was the last set I've got for right now. I mean, I do have another set, but that was for one that I pre-ordered, and the pre-order's not in yet. So I decided to spare you guys from all the swearing that would have taken place. So trying to get these little tweezers in there and just this thing was a godsend. I mean, I paid like $3 or $4, $5 for it. Definitely useful. That little flat bit, you can kind of get in there and push down on it, and then of course this little tip in to kind of get in these little bits. It's definitely helpful, especially with these. They're like tiny little pointy tweezers, which is definitely helpful, because it's even hard with these to get the sticky off of them to get it on there just right. But totally worth it. But that's it for the Reprolabels. This is my first Reprolabel video. Of course, it's a bit rambly, but if you guys do want to see some of the process of me doing this, just for me to kind of put some music or something over showing, how I do it and how I line things up, I'd be happy to. But yeah, you learn pretty quick certain aspects of this, like how to splice stickers, the Reprolabel splice as it's been called, and the Reprolabel search, where one of the small stickers, as you're trying to place it, flies up in the air, and then you have to look all over you, the table, the floor, and then you're like, how the hell did it get up there? So, but yeah, if you guys want to see it, I might do that. Don't forget to vote for which tattoo you think Coop should have, or if he shouldn't even have a tattoo at all. I've still got the sticker set, so there you go. That's the end of that one. Have a good one.